GM fam, we are live with your host Phil X Contreras. We're going to talk about Ordinals, Solana NFTs, and the whole ecosystem in general, and what's going on with Jubilee. A lot has been going on. Much love. Let's get on to it. Okay, so Jubilee. What is Jubilee and what's happening here? All right, so the Jubilee is an update to the Ord client that makes a certain type of inscription no longer cursed. The Jubilee is scheduled for block height number 824544 or in just a few hours. Okay, interesting. And I'm about to try to break it Barney style for you. All right, so here we have the article basically talking about Jubilee. So when KC Rotomer initially released the Ord reference client, it had many bugs due to its early alpha stage. And basically, what happened here is you had these different types of inscriptions that didn't really go through, and then you had this thing called cursed inscriptions, right? So, in response, Casey put forth the idea of calling these cursed inscriptions and assigning them negative numbers so that they are at least identified and possibly recognized in the Ord client sometime in the future. So, these cursed inscriptions, they really couldn't be placed in the ordinal inscription number because then it'll change all the other numbers in the future. So you had like these these cursed inscriptions. Is like, okay, what do we do with these things? And eventually they said, okay, instead of going to like whatever number, let's just make it negative number. So Casey then set a block 82454 to be block at which the Jubilee happens. Many clients, such as Bitcoin Core, set block heights and then release and activation. Okay. And then then later on, he talks, what does the Jubilee do? The Jubilee does not make the formerly cursed inscriptions uncursed. Those cursed inscriptions will have negative numbers forever. What it does do is allow many of the inscription techniques, such as batch inscriptions, inscribing on sat offsets, unconventional enveloping to be recognized by the Ord client going forward. This significantly increases the efficiency of creating inscriptions that are recognized by Ord with batch inscriptions and inscribing on different SATs offsets within a UTXO, and probably allow more creativity for projects on Bitcoin Ordinals. All right, so there was a lot of jargon there, right? So one thing here is basically what he's trying to say is the cursed inscriptions will never become uncursed, meaning that it will never return back to being part of the inscription level. It will always stay cursed. So with that said, when this whole thing moves forward, there shouldn't be any more cursed inscriptions. It'll just be going back to the numbers, right? So what happens here now? Well, it's funny because now you have these cursed inscriptions that are supposedly could be, we don't know yet, rare, historical. So there are people buying these things right here, and then maybe I can bring one up. Look, GM to all Bitcoin ecosystem fam. Today is the day of Jubilee. Hope you got your cursed inscriptions. Still can't get mine to work. I mean, it's kind of just interesting what's happening here with Jubilee. It looks like Jubilee already went through, and one of the worries was that Jubilee could potentially create an unbalanced type of uh, transactions. So if it doesn't work, then we'll have this huge unbalanced issue, yada yada. So here it says if BRC20 were to upgrade with OR but change nothing about how BRC20 tokens are indexed, it would cause a big mess in the market with previously invalid transfer inscriptions suddenly becoming valid. If BRC20 freezes at an old version of OR, it no longer moves forward with the Ordinals protocol. If BRC20 upgrades with Jubilee somehow, someone has to make the protocol changes, and Uniswap has come to take out the responsibility for that. So all these things, people getting worried about this whole Jubilee upgrade, but in looks like what just happened right now is that Jubilee has been activated, and it looks like things are moving forward, which is great overall. And hopefully you kind of understand what cursed inscriptions are. And so here's one main thing. Okay, one of the top cursed collections is on-chain Monkey OCM Dimension. The collection was inscribed in a single transaction using parent-child provenance. Exodus was thrilled to support their brilliance innovation. And here they are right here, on-chain Monkey, which is one of the collections that you basically are I would say it's also like kind of like historical in a way. So like a lot of people like this collection, and here you see next Bitcoin blocked is Jubilee, who pays 2024, yada yada. But anyways, all right, enough with Jubilee and what's happening here with Jubilee. We have so many articles about it. Hopefully I broke it down in like less than 4 minutes on this. All right, so what is happening in Bitcoin Ordinals ecosystem? Well, we have this. We had this whole Bitcoin Frog run for a while. Then we had Ordinals Maxi Business run, and then all of a sudden we had the Known Monkeys come out of nowhere. And then now you have these puppets that just, Known Monkeys, yeah, they had a good run. Out of nowhere, these puppets just came out of nowhere and just started taking the top spot. How? I have no clue, man. Like people just started liking these things right here. They kind of look hilarious. And the pure thing about this is that this dude who created them, he's just like a pure artist. He's his name is You Are Free T Pupple. People have been asking. Yes, I am the creator of Let's Get. Sorry, that's all over the place right now. I just enjoy making art, and people are digging in my history. Lazo Get was my very first project, and it's on Ethereum long before Ordinals existed. That went through a difficult time post mint as we got into the bear and FTX collapse. Not only that, but I also had a irrational fear for corporations coming after my beloved creations for containing attributes that hinted at companies like Monster, etc. Sometimes being an artist is really stressful, especially in this ecosystem. I am so grateful to but we endured and now stars aligned with Bitcoin puppets and the timing could not have been better. So the guy, he just likes creating art. He was trying to survive during the bear market and you just see people just buying these things up. I did it for the cultural. Let's go. You can see like the Bitcoin hat here. Pup date. This is still my highest collection. Dude, it's kind of hilarious. Crazy. We saw a 3x Bitcoin user transaction yesterday on me. Cross chain collectors are collecting. You see a lot of ETH guys here as well, just buying these puppets up. So a lot of love from these guys, and yeah, they came out of nowhere, man. These little things, whatever they are, they look funny, they look cute, and that is what's happening with them. And then the dude just in general just looks like just a cool dude who just wants to draw stuff and um make sure that his art is seen with the whole world. All right, so Known Monkeys is, even though we have like the puppets doing its thing, Known Monkeys is still being sold out by a lot of collectors. You have this guy getting these golden monkeys for one Bitcoin each, and this looks actually really nice. The way this one looks, man, I wish I had this one. But yeah, there are many people still buying these things. They're definitely one of the projects that I would consider as probably an Ordinal top historical collection, especially with the inscription level that they're at. And basically just want to throw out there what's going on with Node Monkeys. Now, there's this other collection coming out called Hats Sats. And this one's kind of interesting. I have no clue what they're doing, but they've been just getting on my timelines coming January 2024, basically this month, and they have been throwing these weird live videos. It almost kind of reminds me of Frank DeGods and the DeGods team when they were kind of hiding their faces behind the masks. So these guys have been throwing this live video out there saying hats coming out, broadcast. It's like a 24-hour broadcast, and they've been saying, things like private decks sends out have begun, passive rumors via video streams beginning week of. It's like very secretive that they're trying to throw all these like little signals here and there, like a Da Vinci Code style. So it's pretty cool. Well, will it be something? I just don't know. I don't know what these guys are gonna do. When we talked about Node Monkeys 3 weeks ago, no one. I don't want to say no one knew, but like people didn't know it was gonna be this crazy. And or it could be nothing. We just don't know. But we also have Jack Butcher throwing out his collection on Ornals. And this is gonna be fun just watching him do his thing here because this guy's like a genius, he's basically everything. Every artist, marketer, he just does it all. And he basically said, back in February 22, I got a call from a good friend of mine who has been building on Bitcoin for a very long time. This was a few weeks after checking editions launch, so I was pretty slammed working on getting originals figured out. And right here, you already have these things here. This is gonna be a really interesting collection. I was so far down the ETH rabbit hole, didn't make time to study up. There was an era of OTC Google Doc. Anyway, my friend pushed me on it. If we do something now, we can probably inscribe something below 20K. And so we made a quick plan. Let's do an addition, 500, come back to it. Conceptual had to be checks on Bitcoin, had to be orange. And without the cumulative provenance, visualized value ETH had to be verified. And then, uh, yeah, I mean, he has been getting this thing ready for a very long time. The only plan at the moment is to gift these to single check collectors, matching up the promise on both chains, and it's going to be a max of 250. So it's going to be really nice to see this type of collection on the low inscription level from a top contributor in this whole ecosystem. So, and then right here you have NFT now announcing as well, max of 250, coming out February 8th, around the 1 year anniversary of the inscription date. So boom, bada bing. All right, so we have the gods coming out with some cool stuff. I always have troubles. I don't know why I always have trouble. Hopefully, I fix it. But the gods 2024. They got some new art coming out. Just look at this thing. This thing is amazing. The way this thing is drawn out, you can already see the movement and the gods activity. It's finally been trending up. The charts are looking up now, and the way they have made these things just dude epically beautiful, man. Oh dude, who I think it's Sir Candy Apple who's like one of the artists here. This one looks cool as well. The way this is drawn, I mean, dude, just look at this. Just the way it glows with the background. I do think it just needs probably a little bit more exposure so we can see just a little bit more, but still like dark. It just looks cool overall on what these guys are doing here. Hopefully, I can go back to my actual screen here. So overall, the gods are coming back on Ethereum. It looks like they're going to be cross chaining between Solana and Ethereum and Bitcoin. And if they do that, they're going to be really huge. Overall, great. But, all right. So, what's happening with Bitcoin Cats One Cat? We talked about this a little bit 2 days ago on what they're doing, and it's almost like puzzles pieces being put together. Just you have this thing, Pudgy Alpha, coming out, collaborating with Bitcoin Cats One Cat. You have Gary V following these guys. I don't think these things are like it's nothing, right? There's something going on with Bitcoin Cats. Well, let's look into the website on what's happening here. You got Genesis NFTs, you got this whole type of gaming looking avatar bridging the game ecosystem between Bitcoin and EVMs. Bitcoin Cats is the game buy platform for the Bitcoin ecosystem through mapping the Bitcoin assets BRC20, Ordinals NFT, and others to Ethereum and other layer 2 networks. Bitcoin Cats bring many new elements to the Bitcoin assets, including but not limited to play to earn, staking, farmland, and social fi. Interesting, and many others. The mission of Bitcoin Cats is to build the next gen gaming ecosystem across Bitcoin and EVM networks with the communities of both sides together. Whoa. I mean, if this happens, this almost kind of reminds me of what's that one project on Solana? Chill chat in a way. But this looks like fun. This looks like a lot of fun on what they're doing with this gaming ecosystem. The different avatars you can have, the different games you can do. Looks like a lot of fun. I can see why these types of people are following this because this just brings a whole dynamic into just NFTs in general, right? It kind of reminds me of like Super Smash Brothers when you before Super Smash Bros. You had all these different products. You had Pikachu and Pokemon, you had Super Mario, you had Kirby, and then they all just came into Super Smash and just I'm not saying there's like a melee game. I'm just saying it's the same analogy, like all these different products coming together in this type of one product, whatever it's gonna be, some gaming platform. It just looks really fun, and I just seeing this being developed on Bitcoin, woo, gonna be really cool. I can't wait to see it on what they're doing here. Bitcoin cats, boom. All right, so let's see how this is gonna play out, and that's basically it for Bitcoin cats. I just want to show, followed by all right, Toshi, BitGod, Bitcoin Frogs, the Ornos Club, Ornos Minister of NFTs, ZK Shark. Okay, I always like to look at who's following projects because it just shows you, like, who's interested, who enjoys it, and who potentially could see potential, right? So, but the big one, just Gary V, man. Why is he following this? W- Obviously, he probably had to have talked to them. They probably had communication. He probably believes in it. Yes, people. Yes, maybe you could just follow someone just because you enjoy it, but I think there's more to Gary V following something, right? So excited to see this. I can't wait to see what comes out with this and the Bitcoin cats. All right, so next on topic, we have the video of this whole ecosystem. So you probably won't be able to hear it, but this is basically the video. And on Bitcoin cats, I mean, you can see Pudgy Penguin there. You can see this cat just hanging around. It looks pretty cool, right? I mean, not bad. And then you have like this whole, like, uh, RuneScape type of look. But yeah, I mean, little teaser here and there on what they're doing. You have a base there as well. I don't know what that is. It looks like a Gengar, but it's probably not. But yeah, overall, just cool to see that thing happening. Is that a Bitcoin frog? No, that's not a Bitcoin frog. But all right, so we have Animoca Brands chairman saying he's very bullish on where Solana gaming metaverse Star Atlas can go. Believes project is set up for growth in the market during Paul Barron. So Star Atlas is like this cool, like, sci-fi type of game happening, and it's been taking years to develop, years. And they came out with their coins, and this game has been just in production for a while. They threw out some teasers here and there, but when you have Animoca Brands saying that this game could be something, dude, obviously they have to have had some like exclusive view of it, maybe exclusive gaming into it. These guys are top notch players in this whole ecosystem. They're not joking around, man. I mean, just looking at this, 10 years of making waves, 10 years of pushing back, 10 years of building. And you can just see it here. Metaverse, Guild, just like these guys are just all over the place doing their thing. So it tells you something. I was concerned that Star Atlas was never going to happen. They were going to be so late, this, that. But it seems like things are moving in the right place for them. All right. So last but not least, we have to talk about Scum.Sol and what he's doing. If you don't know who Scum.Sol is, Scum.Sol is the guy who basically was a part of the DeGods team as an artist. And then he started doing his own side project called My Slimes. This guy is Mexican American, I believe, a Chicano, and he has been really emphasizing on his heart about his whole, like, life and his whole um I would say ethnicity, his on around, Mexican type of history, culture, and everything that he throws out, it's just amazingly done. The art behind here is just amazing. These types of art is what really makes NFTs special, what makes artists special. And he has been releasing them. They have been getting so like crazy. These things. I believe I'll probably not be able to get one because it just they're so beautifully done that so many big players buy them up at a really high price. And I can't wait to see what's next. I will always keep eye on this to hopefully one day find a really cheap price on one of these where I'll be able to buy it. But that's my slimes. You could just really sit the like Mexican type of look into it, the ancestry type of look into these things back in the day, and historical figures between the Spaniards and the Mexicans, and maybe possibly the Mayans and the Aztecs. So cool stuff on this, on what's going on with my slimes. But overall, I think it's time to look at the charts on Solana and what's happening in Solana. So, all right. So here we have the chart with Solana. We have all the greens, we have all the reds, and we could clearly see that there's still a lot of green, but a little bit more red projects coming in slowly. And a couple of them that I've been, looking at is Open Soul Map. They have been finally going down. They've been, the hype is lost, but the building is still happening. They're now at 0.35 Solana, and as far as like, USD value is $38 at its lowest since last time. And these things, it's very, very hard to see where this could go. Just like Bitmap, when Bitmap first started, no one believed in bitmaps. And then next, boom, 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 boom. Then more developers started coming in. Um, but hey Polovo, so I'll be going on YouTube. I'm gonna be uploading this on YouTube so you can see what's going on here. Just give me probably an hour or two for YouTube so you can see everything that's happening. Thanks for watching. I'll try to fix it. So here we have also DGens coming down. The whole airdrop happened, and it's just been kind of not the air. I'm sorry, the airdrop did not happen, but the whole hype of the airdrop happened, and it's finally coming down due to that. So it looks like it's probably gonna be the hype is probably kind of gone for the DGens, but when the airdrop comes, we'll see what happens from there, and then see what they're gonna be building. Sources is a rugged project. Okay. So I still have it here because I just like the art and collecting the art. So I'm just probably gonna want to just buy one of these things because I just like it. It's a rug project. It's over. It's over. It's not. No one's doing nothing on it. I just like it. So um, we have ABC's kind of already down because they moved to Bitcoin Ordinals ecosystem, and then we could probably forget about that. Aurora is like one of the main ones that I've just been looking at. They're still going down, which is great. They're below $1,000 now. As far as Sol, it's like a 10 Solana right now. And this project is another big gaming group on the Solana ecosystem doing their thing. I can't wait to see what they build when the crypto gaming movement happens. These guys are going to be part of it because they're one of the main ones on Solana. So this is one that I'm keeping my eye on, Aurora. So definitely check it out. You'll see what I mean by Aurora. Experiments, kind of where's experiments at? They're still at 0.18. I just been slowly just buying these things up, and then see where Jersey takes his team at with this whole project. The thing with Jersey is that he's a YouTuber, so he is also getting SEO tags on Solana, and he's gonna keep putting more YouTube videos out there for this project. So I think with the time coming in within the next year, 2 years, there's gonna be more community being built with Jersey, and then more experiments being sold. So yeah, we'll see what goes on there. I think the only thing with Jersey is that he vapes, and that's what gets me worried. That God bless. I hope he doesn't die anytime soon. But um, I hope the best case scenario is if he doesn't vape, then he'll be healthy, and then when you're more healthier, you start to focus more, and then the projects start doing well. You don't have to get worried about him being sick and all that. But yeah, that's basically my main concern. But overall, I mean, but who am I? Because I eat freaking junk food and all that crap, and to each their own. But yeah, anyways, Claynosaurus always number one on Solana, in my opinion. And they're finally picking up. The support happened here around 32, and they're finally started picking up at 35. They're starting to go back up. These guys are still building as well. And you have all these other projects that are in the green, which I'm gonna totally avoid for right now. So Forganas is kind of finally going down after that whole hype that happened, and then we'll just see what happens with Forgana's going forward. But yeah, open soul maps kind of my thing right now, and a little bit of experiments here and there. Maybe Underworld. If you don't know Underworld, they're basically like the main like hate swap NFT. You get hades from Underworld, and these guys clearly are basically still building, and supposedly, I mean, who knows? There might be a little bit of Bitcoin Ordinals involved in this. I just don't know. we haven't really heard much news about it. But yeah, they get the staking rewards of Hate swaps, and then if Hate swap does well, then more than likely Underworld will do well. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, but DeGods as well. It's fun. It's still coming. It's still kind of slowly coming down. And there's one project that I definitely want to be a part of. You know, the listings are going up, and the price is going down, and even on USD value, the price is also going down. And I'm finally probably able to get a little diplicious buy into it. So we'll definitely see with this one as well. But yeah, that's basically everything I have for today. So overall, make sure you watch the YouTube video. I'm gonna upload it very soon. I just go on Twitter live every so often, but Twitter live first. I upload on YouTube. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, comment anything you want me to talk about. Much love and peace.